You know that feeling, right? That ache, that constant pull towards someone who honestly isn't even looking your way. You put in the effort, you make the plans, you send the texts, and you get crumbs. And then you do it again. It's like a bad habit, a loop. We're going to tell you why you get stuck there. And Mira, at the end, we're going to share the big secret to actually breaking that cycle for good.
Oh, girl, the crumbs. Tell me about it. It's the worst. Like, why do we even do it? It feels, it feels kind of good too in a weird way, doesn't it? The chasing.
Exactly. That's the first mini mystery, isn't it? Why does that almost feel so compelling? It's not logical, but our brains, they love a puzzle. They love the maybe next time, the potential. It's a dopamine hit actually, a little burst when they finally text you back, even if it's super brief. It's an intermittent reward system.
Dopamine. Oh, so like a gambling addiction, but for feelings? That's, wow, no way. You're saying we're addicted to the maybe?
Pretty much. Our brain registers that unpredictable reward as even more valuable than a consistent one. It keeps us hooked, always chasing the next hit. It's why slot machines work, right? You pull the lever, you don't know what you'll get, and the anticipation is half the game. We apply that same psychology to people.
So it's not even about them, really. It's about our brain. That's wild. But okay, then why do we choose these people? Like, why not someone who actually, texts back?
That's the next layer, Isabella. It often comes down to our early attachments, the patterns we learned about love and attention when we were younger. If you had a parent who was sometimes there, sometimes not, or whose love felt conditional, you might unconsciously seek out similar dynamics in adult relationships. It feels, strangely, familiar.
Oh, Mira, that hit. Like, I totally get that. I used to always chase guys who were kind of distant, always busy. Never really made me feel like a priority. And I'd just work harder to get their attention. It was exhausting. And I'd always think, oh, if I just do this thing differently, then they'll see. I've so been there, girl. It's a common trap. We try to fix those old patterns or complete an unresolved emotional need by recreating them. We want to prove we can get that inconsistent person to commit, to finally choose us. It's not about worth. It's about a deep-seated desire for resolution. We're trying to win the old game, unconsciously.
Wow. So it's not just a crush, it's history?
Exactly. It's deep-rooted. But it also ties into something else many people assume is the whole story, self-worth. It's not necessarily low self-worth that makes you chase. Sometimes it's actually an overinflated, or rather misdirected, sense of control. You think, I can make this work if I just try harder, or I'm so good, eventually they'll see it. It's a desire for control over an uncontrollable situation.
Whoa. Wait, what?
Not low self-worth? That's surprising. I always thought it was like, I don't think I deserve better, but you're saying it's more like, I can make them see I'm better? It's a subtle but crucial difference. Low self-worth can contribute, of course, but many highly capable, confident individuals find themselves in this cycle. It's the belief that their effort, their intensity, their unique charm will eventually break through. It's like, I am special enough to be the exception. This actually keeps them locked in because they never give up. Man, that hits hard for so many people, I bet. Comment me if you're in this right now. If you're constantly chasing that person who just, doesn't chase back. Tell us, because you're not alone, Claro. That's so true. And it feeds into another thing, this idea that the chase itself somehow validates our desire. The harder you work, the more valuable the prize, right? That's what our primitive brain tells us.
So it's not even about playing games, but it sounds like a game.
Like they're playing hard to get and we're just falling for it every single time? Well, playing hard to get is a tactic, right? It's often used intentionally to create that exact intermittent reward system we talked about earlier. It leverages that primal human desire for something that's just out of reach. But when someone is genuinely unavailable or uninterested, it's not a tactic, it's their reality. And that's the crucial distinction we miss. So if they're actually hard to get, it's like a signal, not a challenge to win? Precisely. We interpret unavailability as a challenge, not as information. It's our internal narrative that flips it. We see not responding quickly as they're busy and important, rather than they're not prioritizing me. It's a self-delusion sometimes. And the more we chase, the more we validate their perceived unavailability, making us feel even less valued. It's a vicious cycle. Think about it. We often idealize people we don't fully know. The less you get, the more your imagination fills in the blanks, making them perfect. It's like a blank canvas for all your desires. And for anyone listening right now, if this is resonating, if you're thinking of that one person, share this with them. Or maybe, even better, share it with the one person you're thinking of who needs to hear this, who's stuck in this exact pattern. Oh, that idealization, so true. You just make them up in your head, don't you? And social media just makes it all worse, right? You see like one story, one picture, and suddenly they're this whole perfect person. Absolutely. Social media amplifies this whole dynamic exponentially. You get snippets, curated glimpses into someone's life, never the full picture. It creates an illusion of intimacy and connection without any actual effort or investment from them. You know what they're doing, who they're with, but they don't know you. It's a one-sided feed of information that fuels the fantasy. And you're like watching their stories, waiting for a sign, anything, a like, a view. It's exhausting just thinking about it. It is, and it makes it incredibly difficult to actually detach. Before, if someone wasn't interested, they just fade out. Now you can keep them on a digital leash, right? Checking in, stalking their profile. It prevents you from moving on. It provides just enough information to keep that intermittent reward system firing, that little spark of what if. So it's not just the brain, it's the platforms too. It's a whole system keeping us like locked in. Wow, it is. It's a perfect storm, really. Our brain's wiring for reward, our past attachment patterns, and then add this layer of digital surveillance. It's designed to keep us engaged, even if it's with something ultimately unfulfilling. But here's where we start pivoting, because there is a way out. It's not just about knowing the problem.
Okay, so we're trapped. We know why we're trapped, but how do we actually stop? It feels impossible sometimes.
It feels impossible because you're fighting against powerful unconscious drives. But the first step is really internalizing this. The chase isn't about them. It's about you and your patterns. The moment you shift focus from how do I get them to chase me to why am I chasing them in the first place, that's where the power shifts back to you. It's about recognizing that this dynamic isn't actually serving you.
So it's not about winning, it's about choosing to stop playing the game entirely?
Exactly. It's about self-respect, Mita. It's setting boundaries not just with others, but with yourself. It's saying, my energy, my attention, my time are valuable, and I will only invest them where there's genuine reciprocity. This isn't about manipulating someone to chase you. It's about choosing to align with people who already want to be there. And this is the hardest part for most people.
Because it feels like giving up, doesn't it? Like admitting defeat.
It feels like giving up on a specific outcome, yes, but it's actually a massive win for your well-being. It's reclaiming your emotional sovereignty. And this is leading us right to our big reveal. The secret isn't about making them chase you or even finding someone new. It's something fundamentally different about how you perceive yourself and your value.
Okay, Sophia, spill it. The big secret. We've been waiting. What is it? How do we actually break this cycle and, find genuine connection?
The big secret, Isabella, the one thing that will genuinely shift everything, isn't about tactics or strategies for dating. It's about cultivating such a strong, undeniable sense of self-worth and inner peace that the need to chase simply evaporates. When you genuinely believe you are worthy of consistent, enthusiastic love and attention, you stop tolerating anything less. You don't need external validation because you're already whole. You become the prize, not by playing games, but by truly being the prize. The chase becomes irrelevant, claro. Wow, being the prize, not chasing it. That's powerful. That's a whole different mindset shift, totally. It really is. It shifts the entire dynamic. And we want to hear from you, our amazing listeners. What's a struggle you're dealing with right now? Drop it in the comments. We're picking our next episode topic from your suggestions. Make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on more insights like these. And next time, we're going to dive into something truly fascinating, the hidden psychology behind why people suddenly ghost. You won't want to miss understanding the real reasons behind that radio silence and how to protect your energy. That strong self-worth we just talked about, Isabella, the one where you genuinely become the prize, it actually acts like a powerful compass. It guides your energy, really protecting that inner peace you've worked so hard for.
Oh, a compass. I love that, Sophia. When you truly embrace your worth, you just see interactions differently, don't you? You can tell when someone isn't showing up with the respect you deserve.
Right. And operating from that place of self-worth means you clearly see when others aren't putting in the same effort. That often looks like sudden silence, what we call ghosting. It's hard, but understanding why it happens helps us keep our sense of worth intact.
So it's not about taking that quiet personally then. It's more about knowing what's actually going on so we can hold on to our inner calm and just keep moving forward. Taking care of our energy and truly valuing ourselves, that's what's important.
Building on that, Isabella, understanding that not every connection's meant to last isn't a knock on your worth. It's just information. Using your self-worth as a filter helps you see these situations not as failures, but as clear opportunities. Oh, I totally get that. The chase used to feel like such a huge investment, and when it didn't work out, it felt like a massive loss. But now it's like, this path isn't for me, and that's okay. It's a completely different kind of freedom. Exactly. That freedom is essential. It lets you step back from the emotional roller coaster. It means realizing that when someone ghosts, it's rarely about you, but more about their internal stuff or their inability to communicate. So it's really about trusting that inner compass we talked about, right? Listening to what feels right for us instead of trying to figure out someone else's mixed signals. Absolutely. And if this resonates, know you're not alone. Many have walked this path. But recognizing this means you're actively choosing a different way forward. Allow yourself the time to integrate this understanding.